I feel that competence and leadership, they don't have gender.
True.
If you're good, you take it. It's not that it's a woman's world or it's a man's world. I'm happy that I inspire others to take up the roles. And now that India is a growing story,
Yes.
the next 10 years is going to be the story of India. And we are bankers, are the nerve center of all these things. You have to be giving a positive impact to your customers. I used to travel about almost like 120 kilometers every day on my two-wheeler to go to this rural branch. I was the only woman posted in that branch, and it was a very far away from the city. So all these things taught you to be tough.
Yes. Welcome to the Union Edge, the official podcast of Union Bank of India about banking and finance. From boardrooms to branches, we uncover the people behind them and their stories. So, whether you are a unionite or simply curious about the banking world, you will find insights and inspirations for your journey. I am Komudi Chakraborty, Chief Manager HR. In today's episode, we will be diving deep with none other than our number one, our MD and CEO, Madam A. Manimekhlai. Starting her career and her banking journey with erstwhile Vijaya Bank in 1988, she has risen up the ranks, and how. Throughout her journey, she has showcased her resilience, innovation, and leadership, which is a beacon for many aspiring bankers, especially at a time when female leadership is much of a discussion. So, without further ado, let us begin this conversation. I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the show, ma'am. You've come such a long way. You've had an absolutely inspiring career journey. But to begin with, I want to take you way, way back and start with a very cardinal question. What inspired you to take up a career in banking and finance?
My journey into the world of banking was driven by the combination of factors like the dedication, the passion, what you can do for society at large. Banking can get to the grassroots of the economy. It can take you to the people. It is the only field where you can put money into the hands of the people. And that's exactly what it has done to me. During our times, we had something called the IRDP loans and the DIR loans, where we gave them about 5,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees. And I know how much it meant for them. So it's just an inspiring journey. It's a journey which brings you closer to people, closer to the developing economy, the closer to how the needs, the dreams, the passion is, fueled in a person. When you're doing banking, for example, when you are selling a home loan, you're giving out a home loan, you're filling or fulfilling a dream of a person. When you're educating a girl child, just see what you're doing. You're changing her life. Banking is about fulfilling somebody's dreams, changing somebody's life. And that's what, inspired me to come into banking and finance.
Do you think there are certain points which are really defining moments that you hold close to your heart?
There are no defining moments in my life. There are no milestones I can say that this shaped my career, this shaped the way I think, or this shaped my behavior pattern, whether it is Vijaya Bank or Canara Bank and now Union Bank. Every day was an experience by itself, a day of opportunity, the day of challenges. So I learned from all many things. When I started my career in Chennai as a probationary officer, moved on to other aspects of business. I went to a rural branch, as I told you in the very beginning. So there are many things, like when I used to travel about almost like 120 kilometers every day on my two-wheeler to go to this rural branch. And the roads, when I used to go on my two-wheeler, many things, the reptiles and all those things used to cross my road. I was the only woman posted in that branch, and it was a very far away from the city. So all these things taught you to be tough.
Yes.
And today, if I'm sitting as an MD and CEO, those lot many things that I've learned during my careers have really helped me to shape my thinking, the way I do things today. There were challenges in my life.
Right.
So those challenges gave me a lot of opportunities to learn, to change my views, and to relearn.
That's incredible to hear, ma'am. Since you mentioned that you have obviously played so many diverse roles, be it as a branch head or a regional head, a vertical head, was it hard, the transitioning? How did you navigate this?
Any role that came to me, I wanted to be the best. I wanted to do things right. That was what drove me to do it. I wanted to learn, whether I was posted as a branch head or as a regional head or as a vertical head. I headed about 2 or 3 departments. Whether it is general administration or the what we used to call as a planning, what we call today as a strategy department, the planning department, or the inspection department. All my roles, I loved it very much.
Right.
So every part of strategy, when I was heading strategy in Vijaya Bank, the transition was never hard for me because it's always a learning. Once you learn, once you know that you can cope up with the situation,
Right.
you only aspire when you know that you're ready for it. And that's how it is. You need to be, future ready. That's what my concept is. You have to be like 10 steps ahead of your own self. You need to go on learning things. You need to, go on. Like I told you, my beginning of my life itself, like the kind of exposures that I got,
Yes.
that gave me a bigger realm to talk about. And I remember the first time my dad put a book in my hand. I was 5 years old. That is the time of Amar Chitra Kathas.
Oh, yes.
So it's fanciful, but it took you to a different
Different
world
world.
altogether.
Yes.
But you learn so many things from your Panchitantras also.
True.
So that is what happened. The books taught you lot many things. It told you things that you did not experience from your world around you. We were always like, all of us, at least in my family, we were always wanting to take a different stride apart from what things were happening around us.
So, your appointment as the MD and CEO of Union Bank of India, it's such a significant milestone, especially for all women aspirants in the entire Indian banking setup. What do you think this achievement signifies or stands for in the broader spectrum of, female leadership?
I feel that competence and leadership, they don't have genders.
True.
If you're good, you take it. It's not that it's a woman's world or it's a man's world. I'm happy that I inspire others to take up the roles.
Right.
That's the only thing I can talk about. But it's only, hard work and the dedication and the commitment that you want to excel, you want to go ahead. That's all will take you anywhere you want to. And that's the only thing. There is no two way about it. It's only that focus and you leave rest to the Almighty.
Do you think the glass ceiling exists, like they say? Is it true?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. There's a glass ceiling at all.
It's all in the head?
Yes, it's all in yourself. You break it within you and then you are out of it. That's it.
So, when you took charge as the MD and CEO, you were coming into a new home. What was going on in your head? What was your vision?
There is a saying, if there is a heaven on the earth, when he talks about Kashmir, it is this,
Here,
it is
here.
this, it is this. And same thing I would like to tell you. If I wanted to be a leader or an MD of a bank, it is this bank, it is this bank, and it is this bank.
Wow.
So I don't have anything to tell beyond this. But I had my projects ready in my mind.
Right.
Even before I came, I think on March 16, 2022, I knew that I'm coming to Union Bank. Like the results were out. So I had plenty of time. And I took charge on 3rd of June 2022.
Yes.
So you almost had about 2.5 months time. And that's a time I went through lot many things. I read about the bank. I knew where they were going. And the last 3 years, what was the journey and what am I supposed to do? And I had firmed up my thoughts very firmly. When I walked into the bank on June 3rd, then we started the concept of race.
Right.
We knew that where we were failing. So which are the gaps that we need to fill? So we took the journey from then on. We put out our goals, easily achievable goals that I felt. But we had to do a lot of hard work, talking to people, communicating as what I felt was not happening in the bank. And so we went out, we spoke to a lot of people, we met people, we had, zonal meetings, we had reviews. And the first review that happened on 10th and 11th of June, I had put up 10 things that the bank had to do. So we had made groups within our general managers and zonal heads. We asked them to talk about those 10 things, how to put forward those things.
Right.
And as I told you today also, we want to stay as long as India is there. So 1,000 long years is what when we are talking about. So we have to make ourselves strong for that.
Yes.
So we have done this. The market has recognized us.
Right.
We did operating profit of 16.4% last year. We gave out PLIs to our people. This year we came out of the QIP, the largest QIP in the country for the last so many years, by any PSBs, public sector bank. We raised 5,000 crores of QIPs. We significantly brought down our NPAs, which was in a double digit when I took over at 11.11%. We were able to bring it down to 7.34. We still have our ambitions, our goals, and we are not going to stop at all these things. We are lot many things to do, and it is a continuing journey. And I don't think the horizon is anywhere nearer for us.
When you took charge, we were the 5th largest PSB in the country, and you have an aspiration for taking us to the 3rd largest.
When I talked about 3rd largest, it was not for the business size. We think in our mind that whatever business we are going to do, it's going to be profitable.
Yes.
So that's the thing that we need to think about. So every little thing that we talk about should be on profitability.
Correct.
And that's how we brought out this year's theme, EDGE, meaning earnings, digitization, growth, and the employees, of course.
Yes.
The earning is the beginning of it. And the employees are though they are the last, they are the ones who are going to fuel all
Drive
these
it.
things.
Yes.
So that's how we bought this. And I'm sure with what we are looking at is, driving up our earnings with whatever little things that we are doing, and almost creating a different parallel lines for our earnings.
Right.
So that's what the traditional banking is not giving us that kind of boost in our bottom line. So we need to think of alternate lines to boost up the earnings. And that's exactly what we are doing.
Next, what I want to ask you is, Union Bank of India is coming to the limelight a lot for specifically tailor-made products that we are introducing for women customers. Like be it your Union Nari Shakti or the Union Nari Samman deposit scheme and so on and so forth. What is your future roadmap for our female customers? Do you think there are certain gaps that you are trying to fill?
It's not just women that I'm talking about. It is 50% of India's population. Now we started off with Ab Nari Ki Bari.
Yes.
Where we have given a campaign that we will enroll as many as possible women entrepreneurs. Yes. We came out with many products like that for women, whether it be a current account product or a savings bank product. So we did many, even if you look at CSR part of it. So we did something for the women so that they can, stand on their own feet.
Right.
So we did not just give them as doles. We said that the CSR that we were doing, either through my RCTs or through any other channels, we said that women have to stand up on their feet.
Yes.
And pay for themselves and look after their families.
What would be your words of wisdom to all who, look at you and really want to be you?
You have to be positive all the time. You have to stay committed to your professional growth. You are in the service industry. You should understand that you have a big, big role to play in the economy. And now that India is a growing story,
Yes.
the next 10 decades, 10 years is going to be the story of India. And as we saw the success of G20 and the
Yes.
things around it, we know where India is standing. And we are bankers, are the nerve center of all these things. So you have to be really focused on your job. You have to be giving a positive impact to your customers
Right.
and contributing not only to the growth of the organization but growth of the country. You have to be committed to your profession. You have to learn and learn and learn. That's what I want to tell.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, not all superheroes wear capes. Sometimes they wear a sari. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, ma'am. It was an absolute pleasure having a conversation with
Thank you. Thanks
so
a lot.
much. Thank you for tuning in to the Union Edge and for immersing yourself into the stories and insights of the world of banking with us. If you enjoyed today's episode with our MD and CEO, Madam A. Manimekhlai, we would love to hear from you. So please drop a comment and let us know what is your biggest takeaway from this episode. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any future episodes.